Hi, everybody. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV. I've been catching up with Married at First Sight. I haven't watched tonight's episode, but I was catching up with the last two episodes. So, you guys, I really loved the scene where Thami's family come to meet Zithobile. My favorite scene. And I think that even if Uthami knows Zithobile, they don't make it. But it was such a sweet TV moment, okay? But for those who didn't watch, you guys, you know what I think worked for Zithobile? I think it was the fact that the family expected the worst, okay? So just a woman showing up to be the wife Katami for them was enough. Let alone that Uzithobile is such a beautiful um, young woman, gorgeous, guys, Mohlo Zithobile shame, and also very humble, a perfect wife for unkosikazi ofuna abantu basemakhaya because they are really like it's a Zulu family from the rurals, but a beautiful family. Okay, I loved that scene, you guys. So in the beginning of that episode, they are preparing for the family to come. And I think Uzithobile is just like me, where I like having people coming to my house. I like hosting. But ngathi ngingazi in time ukuthi abantu bayeza. Not only is it good for you to prepare, like physically prepare, clean the house, think about where everybody is gonna sit, make the food, and all of that. But just mentally, if you have a number of people coming, and also go abantu that is not like my family, they understand my moods and all of that. But when it's other people that are not used to you have to mentally prepare so that you can be that nice person. So I understood her concerns when she was concerned about the fact that abantu about 10 in our apartment in this space, I probably would have reacted the same way. Nonetheless, you guys, they are preparing. I loved seeing Otami so excited. He really is a mama's boy, that one. Because he was so excited. He was so excited that his family is coming, but more than anything, I think he's just excited that his mom is coming. So I think what worked for Zithobile was the fact that the family said that back in the rurals, they had heard that Utami is getting married, but they were not clear as to who Tami was getting married to. And they were asking themselves, is he marrying a white woman? Is he marrying an Indian woman? And then a rumor had started back in the rurals that Utami is marrying a man. So Tami's mom has been, having high stress now. She even lost weight because they oh mama emakhaya were stopping and saying, oh Nkosi yami, sorry mama, we have heard. I'm sure they were laughing behind her back. Phela emakhaya they're not, oh Nkosi yami, we have heard what time is getting married to a man. I don't know why, you guys, but I guess it's a thing with Utame because even him, he doesn't take it that seriously. He laughs at it because I think he's heard it so many times where people think that he is gay. And I guess even back at home, they think that, I don't know, sometimes there's this thing, you go to, if a man yabo takes care of himself, is always clean, futhi myself faka ama skinny jeans and uthanda nokumesha uthola ufake ishort yellow shirt, and then if a guy is like that and the cut is always on point, then there is a tendency to think they might possibly be gay, or if they are comfortable showing their soft side, because even though you're umzulu, but unayo leyo soft side, and he's a little bit more emotional than you would expect from indoda yomzulu, so I think all of those things kubantu, it makes them feel like, okay, he must be gay. So I guess even back at home, that's what they were dealing with. People were saying Ototami is marrying a gay man. So when the family is coming up to, I think they're in Joburg to meet Zithobile, they don't know that they're meeting Zithobile. I'm wondering why they bought a penny for. What if it was a man? Maybe they found out just maybe a few days before they met them. But apparently, when they were in the bus going to Joburg, they were still not sure. They are in Joburg, ne? I think they are. They were still not sure if it was a man or a woman. Now, you guys, when Zithobile shows up, they were very happy about it. Okay, so I loved it for her, and Zithobile's mom was there to help her prepare. They set the table. Everything was perfect. They didn't talk. They didn't talk about the food because I wanted to find out what they thought about the cooking. And when they get there, of course, you guys, when she shows up, they were happy about that. But yeah, the question always comes up. There is a question of ilobola when it comes to black people. I hate to go to when they do this show, they don't accommodate that part of like African tradition, it's almost like it's not that important. So let's just do this white wedding and forget about Tilobor. You can do it after if it works out. I don't know. Like I don't like the fact that the things that we do as black people when we get into relationships and when we get into marriage, they are an afterthought when they do these shows that are about marriage, because it is disrespect to marry somebody's child without even meeting the family, without even asking for their hand in marriage through ilobolo and all of that. So I don't know how they could accommodate that on their shows, but I hate that African anything that we do as Africans, as black people, is an afterthought when they do these shows, as if it's not important. But they will never forget. They will never say, "Get married, you can buy the ring later." They will never say that. They will never say, "Get married, but you can wear the white dress whenever." They will never say that. But when it comes to the things that we do as black people, when it comes to marriage, they are never ever going to. Those are just like afterthoughts, when it comes to these shows. I don't like that about it, okay? Now, so obviously, mom is like, "Uma koti kuphi," because ilobolo alikhokhiwe. I did like how one of like Tammy's brothers were backing him, even though now they're in a position where they don't understand. Like Tammy is married, what? But they were taking his side and trying to explain to their mother, even though they also didn't understand the situation. To say, you know what, he's already married, and I don't think there's anything to worry about, because if he decides he wants to continue with the process, then says Ohamba solo bola, no problem. I think because everybody had seen who's Tobile and they were happy that it's a woman, they were like, everything else doesn't even matter. So I like that, you guys. Utami had said on the show that he's from a polygamous family. So his own father had two wives, and his uncle, which is really not really an uncle ngesiZulu, because again, umalume ubaba omncane wakho, but ubaba omncane wakhe also had two wives. But the wife, so Tammy's father had two wives, but the other wife, who is not Tammy's biological mom, had passed away. They're saying the mom said that they're no longer close to that part of the family. And then the uncle had also two wives. So those two wives were there, and Tammy's mom. And then it was ukhethelwa abanye abantu kubhuti bakaThami, I think, because bafana noThami laba abanye. And all in total it was 10 people. Now, after the Lobola talk, now they were happy. Even in their diaries, they were saying, "Listen, we're happy, but umakoti isipatsha sikamakoti muhle muhle muhle," you know. And I like that they loved her. Then my favorite part, you guys, was when they were giving her the pinifa. Okay, and I was even like, I need that pinifa. Okay, I don't got this much, but I need that red pinifa thing. I need a pinifa like that. I liked it. So they give her a pinifa. Even her, it was like the first time I saw Zithobile so excited about, her role as Umakoti. And I wish that we could see her go there, Gatami, for the first time to meet the other Makotis and to meet the family. I hope it's a positive experience for her. But that episode when they are doing all of that, I was feeling very hopeful for Zithobile, no Thami. Later on, was it the last episode where Thami also goes to meet the family? Same, you guys. Zitobile's family is like mostly women. There were men there, but it's like mostly women. It's the opposite of Thami, because Thami's family, it's mostly men and then it's women. And then Zitobile is mostly women and then men. And they were just as warm as, and I think Zitobile's mom wanted to make sure that Tami's experience with her family is good, just as good as Tobile's experience with Tami's family was. So they also did the same thing to Tami. Bamniga the blankets and the heads, and he was looking so cute. I love those scenes, you guys. So yes, even though those were so positive for the two of them, things turn around. I don't know, guys. I'm, like when Utami was matched with Utobile, I was against it. I was like, I don't even know what they expect we're seeing here with the two of them, and I feel like it was such a disservice to match the people. uh Number one, I felt like, why give Utami what he didn't ask for, and I felt like they were setting up Uzitobile for failure. But I really honestly felt like, oh, Zithobile was going to try harder than Utami. I didn't trust Utami. But now I feel like Utami has really tried, you guys. I don't know what happens when the cameras are not around, because I feel like sometimes, they gather themselves just to shoot. So maybe something different is happening when they are not shooting. However, I'm getting to a point where I feel like, no, man, the issue here is like mostly Uzitobi. There's something like Uzitobi where she easily feels unloved, easily feels ignored, easily feels unseen, and what and what, and it's like, no matter how much, I don't feel like there's anything. Even if Thami bought flowers every single day, even if Tammy bought flowers morning, lunchtime, at dinner time, I think that thing that Rose Tobile feels it would not go away. It's something that she needs to work on. There's something that is just not making her satisfied with the fact that if you're in a relationship, it's not perfect all the time. And also, you guys, it's not like when you're in a house with your husband every time you are talking to him. Sometimes, like, I'm here in the bedroom and he's in the lounge watching TV and catching up with work, and I'm here catching up with my work and in the bedroom. Sometimes it's okay. It's okay to not be saying anything to each other. So I don't know, maybe I'm missing it with any the things that she's complaining about, but I do feel like with Zotobil, it's more about her. There's something that she just is not, it does not matter how much Utami tries, she just is feeling inadequate, she's feeling unloved, she's feeling incomplete. Guys. So even though they had like really cute scenes when they were meeting each other's families, but I was disappointed that later on she was just being emotional because she feels like Utami doesn't support her. Now, you guys, but I will say this. Even though I feel like Utami has tried, and we need to give him credit for that. I feel like the weight thing, it's going to be an issue. And this is why I say, initially when they were matched, I felt like it was unfair for them to give Utami what he didn't ask for, because they are setting up Uzitobile for failure. Because Tami did say he asked for a skinny woman with a flat stomach, you know. Zitobile is a beautiful woman, but she has no flat stomach and she is not skinny. And sometimes when you don't get what you're looking for physically, then you try and change whatever it is that they've given to you, you know. If ubefuna isidudla ethola isilenda, ubezobefuna ukumfida ukudla ukuthi akhuluphale. Now it's like, it's almost like now Thami dietitian kaZithobile usobele ufuna ama-chocolate. Is like, I know you told me that you're supposed to go on a diet. Now the fight is about the weight. And I think the reason for that is because Thami is attracted to skinnier women, and he had said that to the experts, but they decided to give him his doula. I know the outside is not as important as the inside, but it is important, because you have to be attracted to the person for you to want to do more with them. So, I think the weight thing is always going to be an issue for the two of them. Anyway, you guys, it looks like we're moving towards the end of the experiment so far, because they've even received their letters of eviction to say ukuthi they're coming to the end of, but it's not the end of their relationship. They have to make a decision, all of them, whether they stay together or they go their separate ways. And then you guys, whatever they decide, then they have to do that outside of the experiment. They have to make that decision, and then if they want to move in together, whatever they decide, they're going to have to do that. But it's funny because Ukuto no D, at some point I felt like those were my, like, they have a better chance compared to everybody. Now I'm mostly worried about the two of them because they're so up and down. It's like up and down. Sometimes when you do that too much, maybe do this in your relationship. Not, hi, it's exhausting. You get exhausted watching them Ukuto Beno, because one moment they're so happy and they are also like in sync with each other, and then the next thing, hayibo, misunderstanding khona manje, omunye usayakhala, omunye is walking away, omunye is quitting the show. How? Uyabo? So yeah, you guys, nginehophanyana nje. It's just that Thami has to go back to Dubai. That's another thing. Also, when he's explaining to his family, you know what he said? He said, I was bored in Dubai. I was alone in Dubai. I was bored, so I decided to enter the competition so I can find myself a wife. The only thing is that your wife is here in South Africa working. Is she going to be willing to go to Dubai? Fuzu Zithobile looks like she's very close to her mom. And I don't see it. I don't see Zithobile going to Dubai, but yeah, we might never know. Okay. But guys, I like Thami is making an effort. Iyiphi efuna ukuya to the men's clinic on national TV, because all of the men of the world want to pretend they don't know what men's clinic is, and they have never seen the door of the men's clinic. That's what men want. Men want us to believe that they don't know. Women will talk about men's clinic more than men talk about men's clinic. So the fact that Thami is willing to be like, okay, there are things that are not happening here in my sex life with my wife, so maybe it's time I go to the men's clinic. And he went, got some help, and then he's like, to Zithobile, I think next time we need to both go there. I was like, he's making an effort, but he needs to leave her alone with the weight. And I don't know how it's going to happen, because Ufunis Lenda ascela from the expects that they didn't give to him, and Zithobile is comfortable, is okay. It would be one thing if Zithobile was not comfortable with her weight and she wanted to lose weight, and Thami was like some form of support and was pushing her to get to where she wants to get. But for me, I feel like Zithobile looks like she's okay with her weight. So now it's a problem if you as the partner are going to be the one that is going to talk more about her weight than she wants to talk about her weight. But Thami believes that when you are married, your body is mine and my body is yours. Anyway, you guys, that's all that I wanted to talk about. We'll talk about other things in other videos, okay? Anyway, don't forget to like the video, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers.